not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool.
Tay is ungrateful when it comes to you.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him.
From Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever lived. To beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff.
You off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me.
Go run at 2 a.m. You know, go do it when, cause 9 out of 10 we know your opponent sleep at that time.
He not going to hurt me, you know what I mean, so it's good to beef with him, then be cool with him. Floyd Mayweather is absolutely fed up with Tank Davis, and the beef could just get physical. Devin is ungrateful. When it comes to you, well, my thing is I've always been there for him. He has fired responses at Tank for threatening him, while Floyd Mayweather prepares for his return to the ring on August 24th against John Gotti. The third, he has created time for his former protege GervontaDavis, who recently threatened him on social media for the nth time. Take not from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever. The beef between Floyd Mayweather and GervontaDavis is again about to get to the very next level, with many fans demanding a physical match between GervontaDavis and Floyd Mayweather. Tank Davis is coming off one of the biggest wins of his career, defeating Frank Martin the 8th round of their fight on June 15th. With a devastating knockout punch. It's good to beef with him, then be cool with him, cause he can do some crazy stuff. In the aftermath of his fight, Tank Davis added more complications to his already complicated relationship with Floyd Mayweather. Frank Martin had confessed how Floyd Mayweather tried to help him defeat Davis. Set you off was like, I got to do that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do, he said, so you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, he was going at me. When asked if there was anything Martin had learned from Floyd Mayweather before the fight, Martin had this to say: he could tell you, man, go run at 2 a.m. because 9 times out of 10 we know your opponent sleeps at that time, said the Detroit, Michigan native. You go run at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, go do it when cuz n out 10. We know your opponent sleep at that time. Not that Martin specifically needed to train in those hours, but rather, as he explained it, doing it would give him a mental edge over his opponent, as these are the little things that make a big difference in the end. Martin emphasized that it's nothing that he didn't know or was a big deal. But coming from someone like Floyd, who has been at the highest point in the sport, you are going to take a lot of heads to it, and it's going to give you a different type of motivation when you do it, said Martin. He also added that even when Floyd shows something, a boxer might not be able to mimic it perfectly, but it'll give you a different type of feel about yourself. After GervontaDavis knocked out Frank Martin in brutal fashion on Saturday, he was interviewed after the fight, and the boxing superstar trolled Floyd Mayweather for trying to give his opponent tips on how to beat him. Really, how do you know that it's just word of I say as he was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I know for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool, it's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me, you know what I mean? It's better to beef with him than to be cool with him. Davo, really? So they were like spying her, kind of. No, he got a claw, you know. Floyd Mayweather was the one who told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock. Dan Davis. And now Floyd Mayweather has summed up all of GervontaDavis's trolls at once and has fired shots at the Baltimore native for threatening to spit on him and punch him. Remember that during his press conference ahead of the fight with Frank Martin, GervontaDavis had not only promised Floyd Mayweather a beating, but it also promised to knock him out. It then became known to all that the boxing legend has been feuding with former protege Davis on social media after the talented young star suggested he would knock out Mayweather. Like, I got to do that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd, everything that Floyd said right there, the chroma be that the made Mayweather and Davis have become embroiled in a public feud. But their public row took a fresh turn as Tank was asked about a fight with Money Mayweather following the press conference to announce his fight with Frank Martin, to which he responded, "Me and Floyd is spanking the lawyer." ___. That was all in my post. Oh, that was you posted. That you posted that. Oh, wow. Dan, in the same interview, GervontaDavis took aim at Mayweather, once more insisting his new fight deal has earned him more than the legend's $200 million deal with Showtime in 2013. I'm talking about, that's deal. He don't know about that yet, but that's bigger than his deal, he said to Cigar Talk. I'm at the point where I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. When Floyd Mayweather was 29, he wasn't doing it like me. You'll see, he added, that 6 to 7 fight deal that I was talking about, that's bigger than Mayweather's 6 fight deal that Floyd had with Showtime in 2013. And I'm just releasing it here, Dan. Wow. And I'm just releasing a renewed trading of verbal barbs on social media took place, with Tank being the first to fire a shot at Mayweather after he failed to show at a press conference to announce his next exhibition fight. He wrote on Mayweather's no-show, accusing him of scamming and taking people's money. He out here scamming people again. He is taking their money. Mayweather issued a response on his own social media, posting a doctored image which claimed Davis's showdown with Frank Martin on June 15th was canceled. The caption read, "This is sad. Hopefully it is just a rumor." In fact, leading up to Davis's fight against Frank Martin, Mayweather urged his fans to watch UFC instead after the two traded shots at each other on social media. Famous boxing reporter Michael Benson posted Friday, told Frank, giving Frank tips. Floyd Mayweather and GervontaDavis continuing their feud as Mayweather trolls Tank by posting that the Frank Martin fight has been canceled, and Tank responds, "Keep talking and I'll pull up to your house and lay hands on you." In a now deleted tweet, Floyd Mayweather fired shots at GervontaDavis in a video saying Tank should come meet me. He should leave the keyboard and come. If that's how to pay people back, he should come for me. Devin is ungrateful when it comes to you. Well, my thing is I've always been there for him from day one. In a previous interview, he had spoken about GervontaDavis when he was asked if Dan's recent acts prove him ungrateful. He replied, "My thing is I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take Tank to that next level. And I've always been there for him. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion. Over the years, I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. But over the years, he's constantly going on the internet to take a shot at Floyd, constantly being disrespectful, when all I've ever been was respectful, to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever did." He then referenced the famous video in which GervontaDavis accused him of sending an attack. He denied GervontaDavis's claims and explained his intentions, saying, "A lot of times they like to compare certain fighters. And then I say certain things, and they say, oh, he's hating. There's no difference from when I talked about the thing with Jiv. I like to play different do puzzles, different word games, just to try to stay sharp, right? But ___ happens. Boxing great Floyd Mayweather is slated to return to the ring this summer for a rematch against John Gotti, the grandson of the late mob boss. The 47-year-old first faced Gotti they back in June 2023, with the fight ending in chaos after a brawl broke out. When people stormed the ring, they were initially slated to meet again on Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas. But now DAZN have announced the fight will be held in Mexico on August 24th. #unfinished business. August 24th rematch in Mexico City. This is something you don't want to miss, Mayweather wrote on Instagram alongside the fight. Music poster, the 47-year-old enjoyed a phenomenal career in professional boxing winning all 50 of his fights between 1996 and 2017 that culminated in a money-spinning crossover fight against UFC star Conor McGregor, and the American has since had a number of exhibition bouts around the world. He has fought in Japan and London before facing Gotti in Florida last June. Gotti is the grandson of former New York crime boss John Gotti. The Teflon Don was the boss of the Gambino crime family. He was sentenced to life in prison in 1992 after being convicted of a string of offenses, including 5 murders. He died in 2002 following a battle with cancer. Mayweather's first fight with Gotti was declared a no contest after referee Kenny Ballas stopped the action in round 6 due to excessive trash-talking. Gotti then forced his way past the official and continued throwing punches at Mayweather with those hooks straight. 30-year-old Gotti, the grandson of organized crime icon John Gotti, turned professional in boxing. Just a year before the fight, he also held a 5-1 record in mixed martial arts. Before the contest began, there was a loud Gotti chant from the crowd trying to get "We know." That's one of his signet punches. I tell you, you go entertain. He is indeed, and his hands to yell at him. A big delay before the start of the first round because there was a mob of people in Mayweather's corner that security and others had to clear out. Once the first round started, Mayweather was toying with Gotti and began to unload with punches. From the start, Gotti was pinned against the ropes and covering up and not throwing much of anything in return. It was a complete mismatch, with Mayweather landing whatever he wanted from all angles. Mayweather was dancing, trash talking, and having fun in